the afternoon. It is, what time is it? 2:48. Alright, so let me pull up the calendar. Today is Territory Thursday, so Anemoia core is the aesthetic for this week. And hold on, let me change that. I can't see the chat when I'm on the other page, so let me just make sure real quick that I don't have to sign into anything. Pinterest open. Alright. Where's the YouTube? Hope y'all having a good day. So, alright, so I'm gonna wait, hold on. Y'all's cool. There we go. Oh, no, this is close to it. Good. Good. Hey, Dre. Okay. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Try to figure out which one it was. Come on now. There we go. Alright. Hopefully that's streaming. Okay, good. Alright, where was I at now? Alright, so calendar. That's where I'm at. Not that. This. Okay. Oh, what? That's right. Freaking hair in my mouth. Anyway. Alright, so we got, like I said, Anemoia core is the aesthetic for this week. Wardrobe, morning messages, sorry. Shout outs, let me see. System notification. Alright, so we got, who we got following here? We got a new one on the RD2. That's a new one. Spanish. Excuse me. Let's see. Oh, no. Never mind. Not that one. Logan Gen X. Doll Tarot. Sarah.Leigh, Leigh. I'm probably saying it wrong, sorry. She makes tiny items. Logan, American Spirit, I think I've said his before, but he does like drive-arounds. Dabby Plastics, comedy, in my personal opinion. The Illuminary, Figgy 710. Sorry, some of these are the same one. Mark sells Charlotte real estate. Mama Cat hustles. Skeezik 1, SKEEZIK 1. Cap Houston, KAP. Mystic Firelight 76X, Tara. Liz, Rooted Simply. That's homesteading, by the way. Just Fly In By, all one word, Tarot. And there's some shoutouts for you guys. So, those are some people to follow on TikTok, by the way. Hey guys, Dre, Kevin, Andrew, Alex, Brad. Hope y'all are having a good day. I'm giving shoutouts for TikTokers. It's user 4924. Also, hey, welcome. Gonna go to the extra screen real quick. Sorry. I got the chat in another box, so if you guys are chatting, I can't tell. But if you do send roses, I will sing for them. Just pick a song. Let me know. As of the last time that I streamed, we were talking about multi-posting, and I went ahead and did that for, let me cancel this real quick. I went ahead and did that for the entirety of the week ahead of me, so because we're getting ready to try out that new multi-posting tool. We're going to do a 14-day free trial of that, of later.com, and it is a multi-posting tool, but right now I'm using Meta, which is free. And unfortunately, it only does 2 sites, which is Facebook and Instagram, that I know of. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But Later does 8 sites at a time, and I'll be getting the one that has the 2 social sets. So, so hopefully that'll work out the way that I want it to. Hopefully it's not too chaotic. And if it is, I'm just gonna let that 14-day free trial end. So, but let's see. So we've got the Amazon site listing for this morning. Like I said, the linkage is out there, guys. They did finally open up the holiday shop for those of you who are early holiday shopping or are into that. The holiday shop is open, as well as Prime members get early access to any kind of the Prime deals right now. But as of right now, the Prime is, I believe, the 7th and 8th. Is when the actual next set of Prime days are. So there it is, September 8th. As of right now, they do already have a lot of the prices marked down. If you guys want to go in there and check it out. I feel like they're doing it early this year just to kind of avoid some of the shipping chaos that's going to be happening for the holidays coming up, especially with all these tariffs and stuff going on. You might want to go ahead and get your order in early. If you have the chance to, please use my link as much as possible. And happy shopping. So, let's see. Hey, Gas Monkey. So yeah, anyway, there's that. Alright, so on to the next. Where are we at here? Alright, morning messages, shoutouts. I went ahead and gave you guys some some TikTok people to follow. This morning's live site, as of right now, it's only TikTok getting transferred to YouTube. So for those of you watching on my YouTube, hi. Breaking through that 4th wall, right? And for those of you who are on my Kick and Twitch, I have not been live on there for a little while, so I apologize. TikTok seems to be the place to be. So, weather check today is 82 rain, low of 60. Morning routine, showered. Today was actually a wash day, so I just let it air dry, and that's why it's a hot mess, and that's why it's up right now. Because if not, it looks like a disastrous afro. Wardrobe, this is already in the eBay site, which, by the way, I marked everything on my eBay down to $5, so y'all go check that out. So this will not be in the OOTD photo shoot, but for media management today, I do have to go ahead and look into that YouTube. We did, where was it at? Finally break, where we at right here. Did we get past it? We broke the 150 mark, so 158 subscribers to my YouTube, y'all. Yay, kudos to you. So, yeah, I'm really happy for this. This is really doing well. I'm trying to get to that 500 mark, y'all, on YouTube, and I'm trying to get to that 10K on TikTok. So if you guys can help me out, I would be greatly appreciated. All you need is follow me. Just follow me. So for those of you who are on my social media, especially my Instagram, you guys have probably noticed a ton of postings lately. Like I said, I started using a multi-posting tool and used it for the Instagram as well as the Facebook fans page. Now, I've already walked through this with y'all a good couple of times in the past videos, so if you have missed it, go back into my YouTube and check the old videos. Right now, we're just kind of doing a walkthrough of the daily calendar, because we're going to try to get through today. Sometimes I just feel like that. Excuse me. So yeah, it's super dusty in here today because I did today's house chores is bedroom, and I went ahead and stripped the bed down and I like dusted underneath the bed. You know how that is when you start pulling furniture out and you start dusting everything. You haven't done it in a really long time. So it's a little dusty in here today, so don't mind me if I start coughing. I ain't got the plague, not today. So let's see, where was I at? OOT photo shoot media management is YouTube, like I said. For those of you on my YouTube, thank you very much. For those of you on my TikTok, thank you very much. And Open Studio, I think I just did that. Yeah, transfer from Twitch, which I've been transferring from TikTok, just background. For those of you who are on my YouTube, I apologize for the excessive downloading or uploading of videos here lately. I'm sure you guys have kind of gotten inundated with a lot of information and was not able to actually fully enjoy that of which all I do on a daily basis. So if you have a chance to, go back and double check, and if not, I'll probably just end up reposting it anyways. At least not right now. Right now I'm just letting it run. I haven't reposted this stuff recently, so you have like 3 years. So Google designed website. Oh wait, let me backtrack. Patreon, we're cutting that off. I think I actually took it off my link tree at this point. That one I don't have enough knowledge about the program, and I'm already covering 10 programs as it is up front on top of the 5 seller sites. So Google Designs website, we have not touched on this in a hot minute because I've been trying to keep up with all this other stuff that's been going on. But if you guys have a chance to, go ahead and check out, I think it's called Google Designs. Let me double check on Google. It's a ThinkPad, and it's like from 100 years ago. So, y'all know my love for Chromebook too, don't you? Alright, finally. It was like a 50-second delay. Where was that? Is it Google Design? It's one that makes the website. Here we go. Google Web Designer. I need to change that in there. Google Web Designer. Hold on. Before I mess it up. Events. Thank you very kindly. Okay, so where am I at? Double checking the chat. Wow, a lot of y'all came in here. Okay, Gas Monkey, Kevin, Douglas Grant, Earl White. I think I said Brad Pick, Alex, Andrew, Kevin, Dre. Okay, so I'm going through this list. Google Web Designer. Okay, so this is the one that I think that we were using last time. Might have to go back out. Or wait, no, there's 2 different kinds. Oh, crap, no, I can't remember which one I was working with. I can't remember which one it was now. Alright, I'll have to come back to that. Dang. Alright, let me go back to what I was doing. Anyways, one of those, either it was Google Web Designer or it was Google whatever I had the first time. I'll have to go back and double check the video now, because now I can't even remember what was there originally, because I changed it because I thought I needed to. So, on that note, I forgot that there was two different kinds. One of them is a little bit more like for super businesses, and then there's others for like small businesses or those who are up and coming into business, right? So, especially for those of us who like to work business under the kind of idea. You know what I mean? Not really, but like kind of. You know what I mean? So, Amazon, we'll come back to that another day. Apologies. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, add it to the chat so this way I can get to that link real quick. But if you feel me, you feel me. If you don't, we're fine. We're just going to keep running with it. Amazon, I already shared the links. Like I said, the holiday shop is now open for actual holidays. And then we also have the Prime Days. For those of you who go on there now, you get the Prime Days kind of early. So, I don't know who that is, so I'm not answering that. Whatnot we have not been in. I did go ahead in there and add more items as well as reduce the price of everything on my Whatnot to $5 also. So if you guys are a Whatnot buyer, you can buy through my Whatnot. And I'll have to put in here to check it every day, because I don't really go in there that much. At least then I know if I get a sale or something like that. Maybe I could just add that. Yeah, because I don't have any orders right now. So, I don't have a lot of products on there, by the way. It's just the stuff that I had on my eBay. So, I just want to get it sold. So, okay, Amazon, Whatnot, eBay. Everything on my eBay got reduced to $5 unless it's a bulk item. Some collectibles are $3. And then like Christmas ornaments are like $2, so, which we're getting ready to come into, so y'all go ahead and grab that because I'm tired of looking at them. Etsy, we're taking it off because I'm not getting charged for items that are sitting. And house chores, like I said, today was bedroom and monthly chores. So whatever you need to do that is a monthly maintenance thing, today's a really great day to go ahead and knock that out. Especially starting in the bedroom, but I would work pretty much anywhere if you have the opportunity to. Oh, I forgot. I sectioned out. Oh, by the way, for those of you who are on my social media, you would have seen that I added the vintage housewife routine to the postings for you guys to check out what the difference was back then versus what you do now. Maybe you can get some inspiration for some new things that you can add, or maybe you'll do something different. Who knows? On that listing, remember we split up morning, afternoon, and evening, like little side tidy items. But a lot of this was originally all written in the first portion of Lily Sageman's vintage housewife routine. So go give Lily Sageman a big kudos and a big hug. Remove everything from closets, sweep and wash closet floor, put everything back neatly, donate items that are no longer needed, which I constantly tell you guys about. I need to do this as well. If you cannot sell it, donate it. And what I mean by donate it, I don't just mean bag it up and bring it to your local Goodwill. Even though, you know, it's still there, and I utilize it as well, so can't say anything really that bad against it, I guess. But I would suggest that first you go to places like DSS, local shelters, local hospitals, as well as like specifically mental hospitals, elderly homes, stuff, places that would take donations that are not your usual place to go, right? So let's see, try not to store things on closet floor. For each drawer, remove items, wash drawer, place items back neatly. I was actually considering that. I actually went through my art drawer this morning and organized it, but I didn't like clean it. Donate items that you no longer need, like I said, to DSS or schools is another one. Churches is another one. If you have a church that's your favorite, ask the pastor or whoever is in charge of donations, you know, who you could donate to. Who is in need. There's always somebody in need, I promise you. And there's going to be more of that in the future, and you never know, you might be on that list of in need at some point. So think about that before you go and say, oh, no, no, no. Yeah, you're going to wish somebody did it for you, so go ahead and do it. Move bed, sort and put away anything that was under the bed. Sweep or vacuum under bed. Try not to store things underneath your bed. Put bed back. Freshen mattress by sprinkling with baking soda. Remember I told you guys about that I personally still do that to this day. Uh, um, let's see, it's letting it set briefly and then vacuuming it up. Launder bedding and curtains, which I'm doing today, which is another reason why I'm like all dusty. Wash pillows and duvet in hot water. Air out mattress pad if you have one, which we do. I had to like do a bunch of cardio movements with it. Dust lights, clean lampshades, wash windows and window sills, take out and wash window screens. When was the last time y'all did that? Wash switch plates, wash walls and trim as needed. Don't trim the walls. They don't need to be trimmed. They're talking about the edge. Okay, the trim of the walls. Wash mirrors or dust art. Wash doors and doorknobs. Wash floor and registers and other vent covers. Sweep and wash floor or vacuum. That is your monthly maintenance for today. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's what it was on that vintage housewife routine. So that's what I kind of just threw on there. But whatever your monthly maintenance is, whether it's a vehicle, if it's a, something in your house, or, something per room if you wanted to split it up that way. For those of you who don't have that much to have to maintenance, you always have to remember about self too. So self-care is always a priority. And so today, if you have to, take some time to yourself and kind of reassess life a little bit. It's a little scary and kind of weird at first, but once you get used to doing that and taking some time alone to yourself, and taking care of your own personal needs, you'll start to feel a little bit more comfortable in doing it. The same thing as starting anything, right? Everything always feels weird when you first start doing it. So, take some time for yourself today if you have the opportunity to. Territory Thursday today is garden plan and weather. I'll be honest with you, I have not been in the garden. I have been neglecting it. It's okay. That seems to be the story of my life, right? Neglectfulness. So, garden plan and weather. Today, harvest, weed eat, seed empty spots, which I do need to go to the library and get some more seeds. Show progress, which I can go out there today and take pictures. Fertilization, I was actually thinking about, since I pulled up the tomato plants in the front, I'm going to take that 555 liquid gold and pour it on that area and then just let it sit. Because there's nothing growing there right now, so it doesn't really matter, right? But I'm just going to let it sit there, and then when I go to put the next set of seeds to fill the empty spots for this next season, then, I'll just build it up, but maybe I'll put some, like, grass clippings or some twigs or something in there, just to kind of build up that foundation, the compost foundation. And it doesn't have to be, like, this huge pile that you put in the middle of your yard or something like that. It could just be something as simple as, like, when you get kitchen scraps that are safe for compost, you can just put in a bucket. It's just simple as that. Now, granted, that is sensory heightening, but, especially in small spaces, But there are products out there today, especially on Amazon, and probably on discount right now, especially through my link. For inside compost containers and stuff like that, for those of you who live in apartments or small spaces or do not own land. Let's see. Where was it at? Okay. So, the Forever Home Project trading post update. We do not have a actual post. I have a couple of ideas that I would like to consider for it. Which is, I've been seeing it a lot, especially on TikTok or on, I think it was like Lemonade, and Pinterest, I've seen it a lot too, is they have these like little like community areas where someone will bring out like this, it kind of looks like a hollowed out hutch, and they use it on wheels, and then they'll pull it down the driveway, put it at the edge of the property or whatever, and it'll have bakery items, it'll have eggs, it'll have like breads and like all kinds of like different things, right? And it's kind of like a little farmer market, but it's more for like suburban areas. So kind of like your own little cafe out front, in a sense. And I really love that idea. I really hope that each one of you, no matter what it is that you guys are into, I hope that each one of you puts a station outside and sells whatever your hobby, your craft, whatever you're really good at, or that one thing that you love to do. If you have the opportunity to put that out there, that's such an amazing opportunity for all of you to try today. So, one of the ideas that I had was a plant sale. Like I said, they do have bakery items. Sometimes they'll have different things, like say for those of you who do nails, you could have a nail station outside, like a miniature store, like a little shop of your own. It doesn't have to be this huge thing, right? Everybody always thinks like, oh, it's got to be so hard. No, it doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't. You just got to work with it. And eventually it'll come together, right? Eventually it'll be this huge thing, but let's start out small, right? Let's see how it does. A little taste test of whatever business that you're trying out, right? And see if it works. Give it 6 months. I mean, what is it really? What did you do? Do you remember what you did 6 months ago? For half of you? For those of you who actually do, kudos to y'all, but like, what does it matter? If you don't do it, then you're not going to miss it. If you do it, then you have an opportunity for it to work. I mean, granted, yeah, you always have the opportunity for it to fail, but you're no worse off than you were, well, for some certain situations maybe, but, so, yes, there's always risk in everything, right? There's always risk in everything. So if you have the opportunity to try to, even at a small percentage of your existence, do something that makes you happy, and you are able to share that with the world in a way that maybe could bring you back something that could help your life be a little bit easier. I hope that does it for you today. And don't forget your needs list. I always forget mine. So, like I said, going back, you can also add into their website. Like I said, a lot of these people are using QR codes now to kind of give like a price list maybe. They do have honor boxes in these hutches or cubicles, or, take your cubicle home, right? I'm not joking. Each one of you guys need to have a cubicle in your front yard and show us what you do. Show us what your work is. I want to see it. Do you do woodworking, leatherworking? Do you work with beads? Do you paint? What do you do? What did you do that you used to do that you loved so much when you were young that you don't do anymore? Do that today. Even if it's just a few minutes. Like I said, you could have the Google website, which I apologize, whatever designer thing, I don't know. Web designer that you can find out there. Maybe you guys could find it for me. Let me check the chat real quick. Oops. Charlie Hoot, Don D. I can't say that one. I can't even pronounce that. Sorry. Let's see. Okay. Websites. Today in Science. Pesticides, natural pesticides. That's what I was going to look up. I'll have to look up that other thing later. I've heard of diatomaceous earth. Hmm. I've heard of peppermint being used like on a cotton ball in corn. Like if you have an issue with pests with your corn. I didn't even have a chance to go fix mine. Mine just got demolished. Um, Tea tree oil. Not about lavender though. I've never heard of lavender. Hmm. So French marigolds are better than just regular. So the ones I ended up having was the California kind. Hmm. Oh, it doesn't come pre-mixed. You have to mix it yourself. I usually try to stay away from any kind of pesticides. This last one was pretty rough. Wow, hey, Montero, Morgan, Stinger. Hope y'all are having a good day. Alright. So that's it for pesking for the garden. Yeah, you could use it in the house too. Today in science. Oh, I need to change that. Okay, that's new. I wasn't saying anything until I saw something new. But the Verban Observatory, ready to revolutionize astronomy, that's new. It's a really awesome picture. I just nagged that. It's about to be my screensaver now. If it'll let me. I don't know. That's really awesome. Sure. Okay, so enough of the ads. They're scanning the skies away from Earth, and they're also scanning Earth with Google Earth. So they're searching for dark matter? What? They built it to make a map of dark matter, the mysterious substance thought to make up 80% of all matter in the universe. Astronomers don't know what it is, but because of its gravitational effects on regular matter, they're pretty sure it's there. One of those effects was discovered in the 1970s. I'm messing with time. it's like a current, because space is like an ocean. Like all things is like an ocean, and so they're trying to catch the current. Okay. Its sensor, right? The middle of this camera. Its sensor is the same thing, has the same number of pixels as 260 smartphone cameras. So think like I said, as far as thinking like a disco ball, right? That's crazy. In addition to demanding records of the camera. Okay. So the telescope itself is much like that of what they did in Egypt, right? They have a primary mirror that reflects light to another mirror, okay, at 3.5 meters wide. So you have an 8.4 meter wide primary mirror that is sending, like, light is being bounced off that to a secondary mirror at 3.5 meters wide. And it's basically the way it's describing it is that it would focus the light into a camera or a detector. So it's kind of like a second set of eyes. Okay? So like you know how we as our eyes look into a mirror and that light from all around us bounces off that mirror to our own eyes, right? So it's that reversal. And it says that even if the mirrors are perfectly constructed, uh, because it's not perfectly constructed, it's always going to be a little bit off, right? So same thing as humans, right? We're all 1% error. So our view of things is always going to be 1% off. It's the same thing. So telescopic view can appear blurred or distorted, creating properties called aberrations. Sometimes if you have a distorted mind, that of which is not in line or in tune with that of everyone around you, or the others that are in your surroundings may seem distorted. Um, so to correct that, this is why I always say use triangulation. Ruben uses a third mirror to correct the aberrations that are in the telescope, right? So the viewpoint of the telescope. Same thing with us. We always need a third opinion, or we always need to have more information about something, right? To get a better picture, a better view of the information, right? So it's the same thing as our eyes, our perception. You know, you have the eyes. You have one view, you have another view. They're slightly off from each other. And that's why you always end up using your third eye, your intuition, for things that are not quite, what is this? So I don't know if it is for you, but this is for me. Not quite right, and there's not much left. So, so you know, you gotta kind of use your own intuition sometimes. My grandma always said, sorry. Goodness. There's a right way, the wrong way, and Eve's way. Hey, Charlie Hoot. Rose, Stroker, Taylor, Num Num, Chapincito, Inelli now, Charlie Hoot. Hey. So, alright, so I'm done with the pesticide thing. That'll have to come back to Instagram. We already shared out the linkage for the holiday shop and Prime. We walked through all the way through to sciences, and right now we're at ocular. So a car-sized digital camera. Wow. That is suspended in the middle of the secondary mirror. It says when you can't hear anything, you know something might be wrong. Yeah. Have you ever been around a toddler? I mean, for real. In a normal night in the control room, you can hear the shutter clicking every 30 to 50 seconds all night long. So, hold up. Let me see if I can put a timer for Okay, Google, set a timer for 30 seconds. Okay, Google, set a timer for 30 seconds and let it go off consecutively every 30 seconds after that until I say stop.
I've set a timer for 30 seconds. However, I'm unable to set a timer to go off consecutively. I can set another 30-second timer for you once this...
It's already snapped a picture. Alright, so it just snapped a picture, right, of the universe, like in every angle that you can think of, linear to that of Earth, right? Like our view. There it goes again. It just took another picture. So, just to get an idea of how often this thing takes a picture. And it does it all day long, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, even on leap days, leap years, weekends, holidays, it don't matter. Good weather, bad weather, it does it all. So, and every time you hear, it just took another picture. So, yeah, I see where they say that if you can't hear anything, you know something might be wrong. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna dismiss that now. That's annoying. I don't know if I can work there. Ah, no, it's not gonna stop. Shit. Okay, there you go. Okay. Anyway. Alright. If you move, it'll take a blurry picture. If you imagine if you had a long telescope or as you move, it's going to vibrate a little bit. So to take a picture every 30 seconds of space. I wonder if all of the satellites are doing that, or are they constantly scanning? Hmm. This is a top 5 list of scariest things that could happen to this camera. The pressure would be too much and it ends up warping the imagery. let me go back and read that. Rubin will increase the number of known asteroids, new ones shown as blue dots, by a factor of 10 to 100. It can also spot things like interstellar objects, and if it exists, a massive ninth planet in the outer solar system. So as of right now, that's how far I can see. Rubin will put out alerts about cosmic events in almost real time. But yet we can't get our weather in real time. I think something's off about all that. And Rubin is the first major U.S. observatory named after a woman. Also. So we won't be able to see the stars anymore once Starlink is complete. So for all of you right now who are able to go outside and see the stars as they are, and yes, you'll see satellites as well that look like stars. I want you to go outside and I want you to look at the stars tonight if you have the chance to, or sometime this month. before you can't anymore. Quite a way of putting it. Waking the Dragon. About an hour before I headed down from the mountain back in May, the crew decided everything was healthy enough to activate the telescope. Everyone working on site that morning, about 15 people, hustled upstairs into the dome to watch. When we entered, the dome was rotating, and it felt like the floor beneath us was moving instead. The dome was like a cathedral, cavernous and round, but nothing echoed. The telescope filled most of the space, and the dome walls were covered with black corrugated baffling to absorb stray light that also soaked up much of the sound. Seated in a rolling desk chair with a laptop, Fanning commanded the telescope to do a series of pre-choreographed moves designed to test its range of motion. Look up, smooth from low to high on an angle, spin around 180 degrees. Reuben in motion was like a dragon waking up. It moved smoothly, purposefully, with surprising elegance and speed. It leaned its head back, shook out its shoulders, and turned its face to the sky, ready to open its eyes. That's awesome. Whoever wrote that's really, really good. That's interesting. Very long, but interesting. I like how she ended it, or whoever wrote it ended it. So there is Today in Science, the Vera Rubin telescope. Interesante. Un momento, por favor. Hey guys, there's a lot of y'all in here today. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I can't see the chat when I'm reading. So Charlie Hoot, Rose, Stroker, Taylor, Nunn, Charlie, Chris, Ismael, Martinez, Kevin Osteen, E. Double Hay, Paul Nelson, Bridge, RB1976, Beautiful Crazy. Thank you for joining from my posts. Alberto, Christy, Timothy, Nani, Stephanie, Ricky, Paulina. Alright, so evidently I'm underclocking right now. Alright, so if you guys have a chance to, go check out my social media. Hold on, let me go back to full camera real quick. Yeah. Whatever. Hello. Give me the thing. There we go. Okay. So it makes you do the little slide puzzle thingy. So sorry. Okay. Where was I at? So yes, if you have a chance to, go check out my social media. Join my lives when you have a chance to. I love it when you guys talk in the live because it helps the live go by a lot better. Where am I at? Okay, so there's the vintage housewife routine on Canva. Went ahead and uploaded that for you guys. eBay, like I said, everything has been put to $5 or probably below, unless it's like a bundle. Everything is $5. Literally. Everything. Oh, I'm not sharing screen. My bad. Alright, so, wait, which one? Wrong one. Yeah. So, here is my eBay. Just to give you an idea of some of the items that I have in my eBay right now. That's actually a painting that I did in the backyard live on the stream. So if you guys are into that kind of thing. I also made this jewelry while I was live. There's a lot of dresses because I'm just mainly selling my clothes and my items and stuff. Some of them are new with tags. Some of them are bulk items. As you can see, this is in a Ziploc bag. I do have a larger bulk item towards the end. Let me see where it is. Oh wait, maybe I took it off. Awkward. I have 61 items for sale, it says. Saturday I'll go through these, by the way. I'm hoping that Saturday morning I can go to the parking lot and sell all this shit and then just delete it. So get it while you can. It's $5, y'all. Go get that shit. Anyways. So, and then, let's see. So Google Calendar, Sciences, Experiments. Hold on, let me get the book. Random number generator. Actually, maybe Google it. Okay, Google, can you make me a random number generator from 1 to 365?
Here is a random number between 1 and 365 to 9.
Oh, 9. 9 is the answer. Thank you, Google. I'm going to rename my Google Jeffrey. Alright. So. Observing night and day. Oh, that's great. It goes right along with what we were just looking at, too. Alright, so today's experiment is observing night and day. Experience the differences between nighttime and daytime. The materials are a pencil, a clipboard, and paper. Which you don't really need a clipboard, but yeah. Steps. Find a spot that you are able to get to during different times of the day and night. Sunrise, sunset, midday, and just before bed are the best times. At the above times, go to the chosen spot and observe. Look for things such as differences or similarities in what you see and feel. Look out for animals and birds, people, the temperature, etc. Did you know that there are many animals that are nocturnal? This means that they sleep during the day and come out during the night. Some examples of nocturnal animals are possums and owls. Many people also sleep during the day and work at night. Some examples are doctors and police officers. Now, what can I observe here at sunset? Hey pal, would you mind knocking off all that chatter? We birds need to get up at sunrise. And he has a little picture of like a little planet talking to a bird. I don't know, it's weird. So, it's for kids. It's so cool. So, Anyway. So yeah, if you guys have a chance to go check out that book. I don't know if it's still for sale, like, anywhere or not, but Hinkler Books out of Victoria, Australia. So hinkler.com.au. Oh, I thought you were going to spray me with something. I love you.
No, it's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, thank you. I don't know why, like, I got triggered for the water guns from this summer. I don't know why I thought that you were gonna spray me with the water hose or something, like a water gun. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed that. Goodness. So yeah, Grisolia Prius and 3D. Hope you're having a good day. But I'm off to see the wizard at the Wonderful Wizard of Oz Land, aka Planet Fitness. So anyway, so I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and until I see you again, make sure, like I said, to check out all of my social media. Yay. Okay. Yeah. Linktree. Is it linktr.ee/ or / or whatever slash it is, EVERIFFE. So yeah. Alright, y'all have a wonderful day, and until I see you again, behave. As soon as I can figure out how to get this thing to stop. There we go. Alright. Charlie Hoot, Corey, 3D, Grisolia, I hope y'all have a wonderful day.